Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling a fascinating hard problem called maximum profit from trading stocks with discounts. This one combines tree structures with budget management, and it's a really great exercise in dynamic programming. If you've ever dealt with the knapsack problem, you'll see some familiar friends here, but with a twist. Let's get into it. First, let's understand the setup. We have a company with N employees, arranged in a hierarchy. Employee number 1 is the CEO. We are given the current price they can buy a stock for, and the expected future price they can sell it for. The goal is simple: pick which employees should buy stocks to maximize the total profit. But we have a strict budget limit. We can't spend more than the budget given. Here is the tricky part that makes this a hard problem. There's a discount policy. If an employee's direct boss decides to buy stock, that employee gets to buy their own stock at half price. This creates a dependency. You might buy a boss's stock, even if it's not very profitable on its own, just to unlock cheap prices for their subordinates. We need to figure out the best combination of purchases to get the most profit, without going over budget. Let's walk through a simple example to see how this works. We have 2 employees. Employee 1 is the boss of employee 2. The budget is $3. If we just buy for employee 2, it costs $2, and we make $1 profit. But look at scenario B. If we buy for the boss, it costs $1. This triggers the discount for employee 2, so their cost drops from $2 down to $1. Now we can afford both. Our total cost is 2, which fits in the budget, and our total profit is 5. This is much better. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the logic and solution using Python, as it's really clean for reading pseudocode. But don't worry if that's not your main language. I've included full, ready-to-run solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript at the very end of the video, so stick around for those. So how do we solve this? The company structure is a tree, with the CEO at the top. Since decisions for a node depend on its parent, because of the discount, and affect its children, this screams tree dynamic programming. We can treat each subtree as a smaller version of the problem. For any given employee, we need to return the best possible profits for all possible budget amounts. It's basically the knapsack problem, but on a tree. To make this work, we need to track a specific state for each node. When we are at employee U, we need to know, did U's boss buy stock? If the state is 0, the boss didn't buy, so U pays full price. If the state is 1, the boss did buy, so U pays half price. This state determines the cost for U. We will compute the max profit for every possible budget from 0 up to our total limit. Here is the game plan. For any employee U, we first go down and solve the problem for all their subordinates. Each child will return a list of best profits for different budgets. We then have to merge these lists together, essentially finding the best way to split our budget among all the children. After that, we make the final choice for U. Do we include U in the investment or not? We compare the profit of buying U versus not buying U, and that becomes the result for this subtree. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first. And don't worry, after that, we'll break it down into smaller chunks to understand exactly what's happening. Here is the full Python code. It creates an adjacency list, defines a DFS function, and handles the DP transitions. I know it looks a bit dense with the loops, so let's zoom in on the specific parts. First, we build our graph. The problem gives us a list of pairs, so we convert that into an adjacency list, where each boss points to their subordinates. Inside our recursive function DFS, we initialize sub_profit. This table will hold the combined best profits from all of employee U's children. We keep 2 rows. Row 0 assumes U is not bought, and row 1 assumes U is bought. This distinction is vital because it determines if the children get a discount or not. This is the heavy lifting. As we loop through each child, we need to merge their results into our current total. This is exactly like adding an item group to a knapsack. We iterate through our current budget and try allocating every possible amount to the new child. Notice we check state. If state is 0, it means U isn't bought, so the child looks up their own profit table at index 0, no discount. If state is 1, the child looks up index 1, discount active. We take the maximum sum we can find. Finally, once we've combined all the children, we decide for employee U themselves. We are filling res as 0, which is the scenario where U's boss did not buy. This means U has to pay full price. We have 2 choices: don't buy U, in which case we just take the profits from the children where U wasn't bought, or buy U at full price, add U's profit, and add the profits from children where U was bought. We take the max of these 2 options. We do the exact same thing for res, but using the half price cost for U, So how expensive is this? The time complexity is big O of n times the budget squared. This is because for every employee, we are essentially merging lists of size budget. The merging process is quadratic with respect to the budget. The space complexity is big O of n times the budget to store the DP tables during the recursion. Since the budget is usually small in these types of problems, this solution is efficient enough. Alright, that covers the deep dive in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down line by line, but the logic is exactly the same as what we just discussed. Just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. It follows the exact same structure using lists for the hierarchy and 2D arrays for the DP state. You can pause the video here to examine the implementation details. Next up, here is the C++ version. I used a lambda function for the DFS to keep it concise and vector of vectors for the DP tables. It handles memory management automatically, which is nice. Feel free to pause and check it out. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. It uses standard arrays and loops, following the same logic. Hopefully, seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts for you. Alright, before we wrap up, I want to quickly show you a personal project I built to solve a problem that always drove me crazy. It's an app called My Daily To-Do. My biggest frustration with every other to-do app was retyping the same things every single day. Go to the gym, review code, work on the daily Leetcode problem. You know the drill. So I built my app around one simple but powerful idea, separating your routine tasks from your one-off tasks. Routine tasks, marked with the little refresh icon, automatically reset for the next day. One-off tasks, like ship new feature, get the little puff of smoke icon, and they disappear for good once you're done. This small change turns a dumb checklist into a smart scheduler. If that sounds useful, you can try it right now on the web. The link is in the description. And one more thing I want to make super clear. Right now, as a thank you for being an early supporter, the app is 100% free. There are no ads and no subscriptions whatsoever. This means you get access to everything, including really powerful features like presets, which let you save entire task lists and load them with a single tap. Now, down the road, creating new presets will likely become part of a premium plan to help support the channel. But, and this is the important part, any presets you create now while it's all free are yours to keep and use forever. So, it's the perfect time to check it out on the web, play with all the features, and build out your perfect setup at no cost. If you enjoyed this problem and want to keep practicing, the learning doesn't have to stop here. I've organized all my video solutions into handy playlists. Whether you're looking to grind through more Leetcode easy, medium, or hard problems, or you want to master a specific topic like sliding window or dynamic programming, I've got a playlist for you. It's the perfect way to focus your study sessions. Go to the Playlist tab and find a playlist that fits your goals. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems. So if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding and I'll catch you in the next one.